Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about Renown, and more specifically we're going to talk about Renown in Dragonflight. How's it work? Is it account bound? How do you gain it? How is it different to Shadowlands? And all that good stuff, guys. But before we jump into that, guys, I just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, Dragonflight Alpha Beta, Wrath, Lich King and more, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM. Every single day. Right, so yes, Renown is returning in Dragonflight. This has been a little bit all over the place with the alpha. We're a little bit later into alpha now, so we have a better idea of how it all works. It is still not completely fleshed out, but I thought we'd take an early look at the Renown so far, and how it looks, how you can access it, where you get it from, and all that good stuff. So in an interview when Dragonflight was announced, they did mention about Renown and Reputation kind of becoming one, and that is actually kind of what happened. Over the last couple of weeks on the alpha, we've had Reputation as it is normally, but that did change in a recent build. We now have Renown listed as Reputation, as you can see here on the left-hand side. So here are your regular reps from Shadowlands and Legion and whatnot. But when you look at the Dragonflight section, it says Renown instead of, you know, neutral or friendly or whatever, which is really interesting. And I really quite like this. So let's explain how exactly this works. So this is a pre-made level 70 character. We don't have all the Renowns here yet. There is 4 in total, I believe. There might be some more, but I believe 4 is the current number they have on the alpha for Dragonflight. The way that it works is essentially it's 1,000 reputation per Renown. You get Reputation the regular kind of way, so you get it from like world quests and things like that, like you normally would. World quests and side quests and things like that to gain rep, and every 1,000 rep that you gain gives you another Renown. However, when we were doing some testing yesterday, we were doing some side quests, and each of those side quests gave us 1,000 rep, which is a total of 1 Renown. So I'm not too sure how this is going to work. It's really interesting. It currently caps out at 30. 30 is the total Renown. No doubt throughout Dragonflight's life cycle, that is going to go up and up and up, just like it did in Shadowlands. The way to access your Renown thing and see some of the rewards is just click it, and it says View Renown. Now, this is a placeholder UI. As you can see, it's the Kyrian UI, but you get a good idea of how this all works. Now, the rewards we're going to look at in a different video. I'm thinking of doing like separate videos to go through all the rewards for the different reputations, because there is quite a lot here and a lot of fun stuff. But as you can see, you have the bar there, you have your rewards for each of the Renowns, and you see the rewards that you get. Similar to Shadowlands, but now with a bar. As mentioned, 1,000 kind of rep gives you 1 Renown. Now, I don't know if that goes up the higher you go. It looks like it is just going to stay as 1,000. Again, could be placeholder, could be something that changes throughout the expansion, but I do like this, how you can just kind of click there and do View Renown. You can also have it in an experience bar. As you can see here, I have the Tuskar one down in the bottom here. But it is really cool. It is really nice. It seems kind of slow at the minute. You get about 75 rep per world quest, but that is subject to change, of course. I wouldn't put that in stone. That is just alpha being alpha, right? Like, nothing has been finalized or anything like that right now, but this is kind of the way you look at Renown. Now, the eagle-eyed viewers among you might notice this as well. Now, this is the Dragonflight Summary. The icon, again, placeholder, I believe it's the Druid class order hall, which will obviously change. Now, this opens up a pretty rough-looking UI, but you get a good idea of what's going on here. So here you can look at the Dragon Riding talent tree. This is the talent tree we're going to look at another day. They literally just put a build out, and looks like they've fleshed out a lot of this stuff, so we're definitely going to take a look at that in a future video. But this is the Dragonflight Summary, and this shows you all of the different Renowns that you can currently obtain in Dragonflight, which is the Dragonscale Expedition, the Iskara Tuskar, the Maruk Centaur, and the Valdraken of Cord. And from here, you can actually show us an experience bar. As you can see, that switches it up, which is really nice. And you can click that, which will open the UI that we saw previously. So, seems pretty good, seems pretty nice. You know, as said, you know, they're kind of merging Reputation and Renown together to kind of do something different, to do something fun for Dragonflight, which is kind of nice. I do like the combination of these two things. I think it works really nicely, especially with the Reputation UI. Having it here is really nice as well. And actually, when you hover over it, you can see that it says that the next rewards are upcoming. So, for example, here it says your next reward is the Siege of the Dragonbane Keep, which is a scenario thing. So it is really cool to see that. Now, the big question here, and I know you guys are going to be asking it, is it account-wide? Is this something that you can have 3 Renown on one character, and you go onto your other character, and it is account-wide? Now, as of Alpha, as of this build, it is not account-wide. Well, not entirely. It looks like from research that the rewards are account-wide. Now, there is some power behind some of these rewards. I believe some of the rewards are kind of equipment and item level like 398 gear. That doesn't look like it's account-wide, I don't think. Again, don't quote me on that. But the things like, you know, the little bonuses, like the, I don't know, I think there's like the Tuskar fishing holes or something like that, is something that is actually account-wide. So whereas, you know, I'll have it on this character, I'll go on a fresh level 70, and I will have that unlocked. However, I won't have full renown. So it looks like kind of some of the rewards are account-wide. The important things, like, say, like, the daily activities and kind of the extra little fun bits here and there, because there is a lot of that in Dragonflight. Again, another day, we can take a look at all those, because there is absolutely tons of, like, little fun little activities and side things for you to do. But it looks like rewards like this are account-wide. Again, subject to change, alpha be alpha. I don't know if that's something that's just kind of in testing or whatever, as we are still in alpha. Once we get into beta and late beta, we're obviously going to have a better idea of how account-wide some of this stuff is. I would love to see Renown just in general be account-wide. That would be really cool. Doesn't look like there's any sort of catch-up systems at the moment either. Again, you know, they've just dropped this build. We're going to take a look at it today and see if there's anything extra here. But for the most part, it looks like it's pretty black and white in regards to, like, you gain reputation, and it gives you, you know, you get up to 1,000 reputation, and then you get there. Also, it doesn't look like it's time-gated, but again, don't know on that. To be honest, it probably is time-gated, I would imagine. You know, similar to Shadowlands, where they kind of had a hard cap on where you could get to with certain renown, but it would be nice if it wasn't. I think the kind of hard cap, in sense, could be just the amount of reputation you can gain a day, as opposed to, like, an actual hard stop on, like, you know, you can only get to renown 5. But yeah, we'll see what happens. That's something that's going to be fleshed out way later in alpha. But today I just kind of want to show you guys the kind of UI, the look of it. As I said, this is kind of placeholder right now. We're going to get some cool artwork and things like that, which is going to look really great. But for the most part, it works very, very similar to Shadowlands, with kind of like removing reputation in a sense and kind of changing it up that way, which I think is a really good change. And I'd love to know what you guys think of this change, or of this new renown system in Dragonflight. Is this something you wanted to see? Do you want to see reputations come back instead? Let me know down below. So thank you very much for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. And before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout out to our amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and Twitch subs. You guys are awesome. And if you'd like to support the channel in any of those ways, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members. And as I said, I'm now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, Dragonflight Alpha Beta, Wrath Lich King, any sort of World of Warcraft, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.